answer the phone. I just wanna be on my own. Get up and get in my zone. All of these MC promises, it's like I don't know what's real. Everyone turn up. Now I don't know how to feel. I'm in the driver's seat. I can't control the wheel. Split everything off, but no way splitting the bill. Let's see how far it can take me. You see my blow. Never see how long it will take me. But I'm on the way. I thought she was done with me. Now she said she can't replace me. When they call, don't answer the phone. I just wanna be on my own. I get up and get my song. My heart been telling me on my phone. When they call, don't answer the phone.
All right. I'm hoping the network will be stable today. Okay, good morning, everyone. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? Hope you're all doing well. Okay, so let's be fast. So please, if you join the stream, kindly give a like to the stream. Kindly like the stream. Give a like to the stream. Okay, you click on the thumbs up button. Click on the thumbs up button. I hope you're all doing well. Yeah. So trading is very simple. Trading the forex market is very simple, but a lot of people are stressed out because they don't have a plan that they follow. It's very simple if you have a plan. So the simple that I'm talking about, that didn't mean you don't lose a trade or something, but it's very simple. You don't feel the pains anymore. The moment you start seeing what works for you, you just show up, execute, win or loss, you execute, win or loss, you execute. So it becomes very simple and easy. But I have to first of all know your plan, know your trading plan. Get it? That's the most important thing. So for me, for instance, now things are very simple. There was no stress on me anymore because all the work has already been done. So I know whatever when I come to the chat, I know what exactly I'm looking for. So the most important thing is what for me to show up every day. That's the only important thing that I don't chase trade. If there was no opportunity, I just call it a day. You get it? Whether win or loss, I just call it a day. So it become very simple and easy. You get it? It become very simple and easy. But at the initial stage, trying to get a trading plan or trying to know what works for you, that's the most important thing. But when you get a system, when you get a plan, trading becomes very, very simple and easy. So one thing you need to strive for is to get a trading plan or a trading system. If you get a trading plan or a trading system, things will start becoming very easy and simple for you. So strive very hard to get a trading plan. Strive very hard to get a trading plan. That's the most important thing you need to strive for. But trading itself, the moment you get a trading plan, it becomes very simple. Your confidence level really will rise. You get it. So most of you are not confident because you don't have an edge. So the edge is your system. You don't have a trading system or a trading plan. That is why most of you are stressed out. Okay. So you need to strive very hard to get a trading plan. Strive very hard to get a trading plan. And there are lots that goes into trading. There are lots that goes into trading. So first of all, let's move straight to the chat and see what we have for today. So this week was an NFP week, and mostly when it comes to NFP weeks, the market becomes very, very, very like as in dicey. You get it? You have a lot of volume during that time. So volume is what mostly we get rapid movement. So most of the investors normally wait before they normally wait before the news are released. So mostly what happen is what you get slow down in price. Price normally slow down before it will start taking off. So mostly when you enter trade before the news is being released, what you normally get is you normally get slow movement in price. Price doesn't move massive like that. You normally get slow movement in price. That's what mostly happens. So either your if you enter a trade and price two is not moving, what happens is you mostly get stopped out before price will move. So this week, for instance, I've entered one or two trades that the analysis was right, everything was perfect. So I've entered one or two trades that the analysis was the analysis was perfect, but what because there was no volume, there was not volume in the market. What happened is what price retrace on me. So that's what mostly it happens. So you need to understand it during NFP weeks. What happened is what you normally get slow movement in price. You get it. So we are in NFP week. So today is NFP. Okay. So it will be released around 1:30. The NFP will be released around 1:30. You get it. So we're having card, you having we having employment change. So let's see what happened yesterday. So yesterday we had an unemployment change. So yesterday we had an unemployment change. So let's see what happened yesterday. This is the website that you are going to be using for to check the economic event. So mostly it is very important to look at the economic event. Talk about the economic event. It tells you the macro currency is backed by something. Every currency is backed by a country. Every currency belongs to a country. Let me put it this way: every currency belongs to a country. So whatever is happening in the country it has what a direct reflection in what how the currency too will be doing. So you need to pay attention to that. Every currency belongs to a country. So whatever is going on in the country has a direct reflection in what the currency too will be doing. So currently, if there was going to be an election, it's about one or it's going to affect the currency too as well. If you have war in a country, it's going to affect the currency too as well. So in forex trading, what we do is what we trade currency market. You get it? We trade currencies. We buy and sell currencies. You get it? So anything that is happening in a country has a direct reflection of what will be happening in the what will be happening to the currency too as well. So you need to pay attention to. So this is the website you are going to be using for to check out your economic event. So we have forexfactory.com. So on forexfactory claims, you get it. On 5th December, we had unemployment claim. That was yesterday. So yesterday, before the actual numbers was released, please, if you join the stream, kindly give a like to the stream. Kindly like the stream. Click on the thumbs up button. Give a like to the stream. Give a like to the stream. Okay, so around 1:30, we had unemployment claims. So unemployment claims yesterday, I was saying, okay, so the numbers was the same. Okay, but when the actual numbers was released, we had the figures that was released was 224 and the forecasted number was 215. So that means unemployment too is what is also bad for the economy. You get unemployment is not something good for the economy. If you have more people being unemployed in an economy, what happens is what mostly the currency is going to dip or the currency is going to be weakened. So mostly unemployment is very bad for the economy. So let's see, normally we are going to be comparing the figures that was released and what the data that was released. So the actual numbers that was released was 224 and the forecasted or the previous numbers that what they were expecting was 215. So that means unemployment was way higher than what happened last month. You get it? What happened last month? So that means if you are having more people being unemployed in a country, what is going to happen is what we are going to be having weakness in the dollar. You get it? The dollar is going to be weak. So let's see what happened around 1:30 yesterday. Does it mean so any pair that you are going to pair it with the dollar, you need to understand that the dollar is going to be weak. So if you are pairing GBP USD, that means the GBP should rise. So around 1:30. So exactly it happened. You get it? We are seeing an increase in what the pound dollar. The pound became very strong. If you can see it over here. So around 1:30, GBP USD the pound became very strong because was the dollar was weak. Okay, the unemployment data that came out was telling us that the dollar is going to be weak. So as I'm saying, we are trading currencies. Okay, so whatever happens in a country is having a direct reflection of the currency too as well. So we saw the dollar being weak during the NFP week. The dollar, so the pound dollar is going to be the pound dollar is going to move bullish. So let's see USD CHF2. So USD CHF, what I'm going to be expecting is a sell, a bearish. Yeah, so you can see we had a bearish movement in price during the 1:30. So 1:30 p.m. GMT. So if you are not in Ghana or if you are not, you convert it to your local country time. Okay, your local time. So 1:30, you can even Google it. So 1:30, maybe 1:30, you can just do it 1:30 p.m. GMT in maybe Kenya. In Kenya, so it will just give you the time. So 1 p.m. GMT in Nairobi is going to be 4 p.m. So that means it is 3 hours ahead. It's very simple. So a lot of people normally message me, asking me of the time, and it's very simple. Google is there. You get it. So even if you are in South Africa, you just convert it to your local country. So South Africa. It's very simple. So you have to make good use of Google that you can easily Google or you can easily search it on YouTube or just search. So it is going to be 3:30. You get it. So 1:30 is going to be South African time 3:30. So yesterday we saw the bearish movement in price during before the NFP was expected. It's indecision. So it can either be what a bullish move or it can either be a bearish move. That's what you need to understand. Normally, when you're having indecision in the market, it can either be what a bullish move or a bearish move. That's what mostly happens. Okay, so unemployment claim yesterday, what the numbers came out that the actual numbers was way higher than what the previous numbers. You get it? That was what happened. That was what happened. So today too, we are going to be having NFP week, and according to statistics, according to the Bureau of what Labor in the US, according to survey, mostly this is one of the high impact news in what in the US. Okay, this a high. Why is this not clear? So this is a high impact news in the US. You get it? This is a high impact news in the US. So you need to understand that it is going to have an effect on the currency too as well. It's going to have an effect on the currency we are going to be trading. So today we are going to be having around 1:30. We are going to be having employment change. Okay, we are going to be having employment change around 1:30. So these are the numbers that they are expecting. So the previous numbers is going to be 14.5. The previous number that was last month data. Please, is my network okay for you guys? Is the network okay? Are you guys? Can you guys hear me well? So I think it's okay. All right. So today, a lot of things are going to be happening in the forex market. A lot of things when you are trading. If you are trading currencies, okay, or even if you are trading commodities, I'm very sure, and even the stock market, this data is going to affect the stock market too as well. So any financial market that you are trading, this news is really going to even have an effect on it. You get it? This news is going to have an effect. So this unemployment data, this is the number of people. This the NFP simply means what? Employed, number of employed and paid people. What? Employed paid people in the United States. So as I said, every currency is affiliated to a country. Every currency is affiliated to a country that it belongs. So anything that is happening in the country has a direct reflection in the country, the currency too as well. So currently, if you are in Ghana, as I'm in Ghana, we are about to have an election which is going to be tomorrow. So the election too is going to have a great impact. Either the currency is going to mostly when it happens, mostly when there's a election about to happen, what normally happens is what the currency is going to depreciate in value. The currency is going to lose value because those who are investing, those who have been investing in the country, or anyone who is willing to invest in such country is going to draw back unless the election has gone to an end, everything has settled down, there was peace before they will start investing, they will start bringing their investments into the country again. You get it? Because mostly our election brings about instability. Election brings about instability in a country. So most investors are going to draw their investments back from the economy. You get it? So when it happens like that, the currency is going to depreciate in value. The currency is going to lose value too as well. You get it? So it's the same thing as NFP too. So NFP is an paid employed people in the US economy. So anything that is going to happen in the US economy, okay, when it comes to employment, it has direct reflection to what the country, the currency to that you are trading to as well. So you need to pay attention to the high impact news such as the employment data, the inflation data, the interest rates, the retail sales. Those things are very sensitive data to the economy and what to the country too as well. So today around 1:30 p.m. GMT, we are going to be having employment data. So the employment data is going to employment change. That's for the Canadian dollar. So they are expecting, these are the numbers that they expect. So last month's data was 14.5, and this month they are expecting, what the forecasted numbers that they are expecting is 24.7. Okay, 24.7. So which is what, according to the employment change, they are expecting, so more people were employed in what the Canadian in the Canada, or okay, let's say Canada. More people were employed in the country. You get it. So what effect is it going to have on the country currency too as well? So if more people are employed, what normally happens is what that means the country is stable. Their GDP is increasing, and what their GDP too as well is increasing. Production too is increasing. So that means more people are employed, and which is very positive to the country too as well. You get it. So we are expecting the numbers that they are expecting is 2.47, 24.7, and the previous numbers was what 14.7. So more people were employed, which is going to affect the country, the currency positively as well. So any pair that you are going to pair it with the card, you need to understand that the card is going to be very strong. And one thing you need to bear in mind is what, this is not actual data. This is just assumption. This is just the forecasted data. So they are expecting the card to be strong. So I'm expecting card to be strong, but this is just speculation. You get it. And we having at same time we are going to be having unemployment rate. So this is just a mix of data. You get it. This is just a mix of data. So unemployment rate, they are expecting unemployment to be what 6.6. This is the forecasted numbers. So unemployment rate was 6.6. The previous numbers was what 6.5%. You get it, 6.5%. So that means unemployment too was what they're expecting unemployment numbers to also rise. Okay, so how come employment change is very high, unemployment rate too at the same time? So normally what I advise is during these times you need to stay out from the market, because you are going to be having a lot of what rapid movement in price. Candles are going to move very fast when it comes to what trading the forex market. And we are going to be having, so after the news, so at the same time we are NFP week. So this is just unemployment, as I indicated earlier. This is unemployment data. You get it. This is unemployment data. So if employment change, they are expecting 24.7. That means what the card should be strong, the Canadian dollar should be strong, and at the same time they are expecting what unemployment claims, which is very high. So that means the card should also be what to be weak. So at the same time, and at the same time, we are going to be having USD employment change, okay, which is NFP. This is job data. So these are the numbers that they are expecting. So this is a lot of what mixed data, a lot of mixed data. So during times like this, one thing I would advise is what you stay out from the market. It is not advisable to be trading in times of this, okay, because you are going to be having a lot of volatility, rapid movement in price. So you can be experiencing, maybe you took a buy price. So it's always advisable. I always advise. So it's been a while. When I started out earlier, I used to be trading these in these events because of the hype on the internet, because of the hype of some of the influencers. So I wanted to also trade the NFP. But when I got kicked out several times, I decided to what stop trading that. And this is not something that if you want to see consistency on your account, if you want to see smooth growth on your account, it is always advisable to be avoiding these times of the day. This is not what is going to change your financial condition or financial situation. Okay, so I think after the learning session, I'm going to call it a day. I'm not going to be involved in the market again. And one thing you need to understand is today is Friday, and mostly Fridays are freaky. You get it? Fridays are freaky. A lot of people don't trade on Fridays. Mostly after the learning session, a lot of people just move out from the market. Because and when a lot of people are not trading to, what you get is what slow movement in price. And mostly when we have slow movement in price, what is going to happen is what you are going to be stopped out most of the times. You get stopped out most of the times. If you have slow movement in price, you get stopped out before price will even what decide to move in your favor. You get it. You are going to be stopped out before price will start even moving in your favor. So it's always important, or it's always advisable to stay out during that time. You get it. It's always advisable to stay out during that time. It's not advisable to be trading during that time. Okay, we're having a lot of times that you can be trading. So these are the times. So if you watch Friday during the lending session, we had no news event. These are the times that you need to trade. These are the times that you need to trade. And when you watch Wednesday too, during the lending session, no news events. So these are the most important times that you need to trade the market. You don't have to be trading when you haven't red folders. So red folders comes with a lot of what deceptions. You get it? A lot of deception. You are going to be deceived as if like everything will be set up, everything price will set up clearly for you, thinking price is going to move in your favor, and later you are going to be get stopped out. So when you see red folder in the forex market, when you see red folder, it means what high impact news. Even though what moves price is what the news, what moves price is what you need volume to move price. So some of the volume, when volume is going to come into the market is when you have news event, when the market is open. That's the market, various market sessions. Okay, when you have high impact news, those are the times that's what the volume comes into the market. But some of the volumes are not something advisable for you to be trading, especially the news volume. It is not something. But when market opens, overlaps, and those things, when a new a section is opening and a section is closing, those are the times that you can say you can be trading. But when you have high impact news and those stuffs, unless maybe you are trying to gamble. But if you are trading a if you want to see consistency that you are going to attract investors, then I think you need to stay out during times like that. You get it. You need to stay out in times like that. So let's move on. So if you interpreted the fundamentals, and you notice that you are going to be having high impact news, which is not saying good thing about the market today. So around 130, I think 130 this times you need to stay out from the market. All right. So let's look at the technical analysis and see whether it's fundamental analysis. So mostly you need to see what is going on in the economy as in the fundamentals, and what you do your analysis, because you can't solely rely on the fundamentals to make your decision in what when trading currency, or when you are trading the financial market, like the cryptocurrency market, like the stock market. Fundamentals are very important. The macroeconomic events or the macroeconomic news are very very important. You need to consider them. But the technicals too are very very important. So even if you are a crypto investor, you need to also consider the technical aspects. For instance, so currently, so yesterday I think Bitcoin, the BTC USD moved, I think, to all-time high. So it got to price that Bitcoin hasn't gotten there before. Wow, see the dip. So Bitcoin got to, I think, 100,000, and now see where it is, where it has gotten to now. You get it. So you need to understand the technical aspect before you, even if you are trading, even if you are investing in a cryptocurrency market too, you need to understand. So this one, for instance, I can say I will buy Bitcoin because of my fundamental analysis, and because of my technical analysis, decision by buying Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has gotten to, when you look at the higher time frame, it has gotten to a strong level that this retracement was just a pullback. Okay, I'm very sure when it gets to this side, it will rise again. Okay, according to the technical analysis. So even if you are an investor, or even if you are a trader, you need to understand both sides. You need to know how to interpret the economic event, and at the same time you need to understand how to interpret the technical aspect. So together we call it sentimental. Or you need to combine, you need to have knowledge on the fundamental aspect. At least, even if you are not an economist, at least understand some basic things. What does it mean by when we say interest rate? What does it mean when you say retail sales? What does it mean when you say inflation? What does it mean? As a trader, if you want to take it seriously, you need to have understanding about these basic things. Okay, you need to have an understanding about these basic things: inflation, interest rate, GDP. It doesn't matter even if you are not an economic student. You need to have basic idea about all these things. Okay, to for you to be able to make right decision in the market. So it's very important. It's very important. So this one, my technical knowledge, I can be buying Bitcoin now. Okay, I can be buying Bitcoin now because I Bitcoin has gotten to this strong area of interest. It has created a support. You get it. Bitcoin to get to this side. You need to understand the technical aspects and the fundamental aspects of trading. You get it. You need to understand this. Okay, so let's move on to, so maybe I will come back. So as time goes on, you will be checking this one and see how it will play out. Okay, you check this one and see how it's going to play out as time goes. I see a buy. So this dip, when you move to the daily time frame, I'm very sure, yeah. Okay, so we are having this one over here. Yeah, so I think unless it breaks this one, because strong levels over here, so the chances that unless price break above this one, okay, unless the price break above this one, because you can see then when the previous get it, so that means this level is a very sensitive level that price is going to take action before it get there. So it's always important to wait for price to close above. So the H4 candle, if the H4 candle breaks above, I think it will be good for a buy. Okay, so let's move to the currency aspects. We are not doing cryptocurrencies. So let's move to the currency aspect and see what is happening. Let's see what is happening. Okay, I was seeing something on USD So let's analyze USD first before we move to the rest. So this is the monthly time frame. So as I've been saying always, so if you are new here, when I'm doing my analysis, I do top-down analysis. Okay, you need to look at the higher time frame. What is happening at the higher time frame before you move to the. You need to understand what is going on in the higher time frame. Okay, before you move to the lower time frame. So it's always important to understand that. Look at what is happening at the higher time frame before you move to the lower time frame. Okay, so I do what is called top-down analysis. I analyze from the higher time frame, look at the various rejectional levels, then come down to what the lower time frames and what take my decision from that side. So you don't have to be stuck to only the lower time frames without you understanding what is happening at the higher time frame. So it's always important to understand that. Look at what is going on in the higher time frames and come to the lower time frame to make your decision. So if you are taking an entry on the 30-minute time frame, don't solely rely on the 30 minutes. Move to the higher time frame and see what is happening over there, because mostly price respect when it comes to the 30-minute candles and those styles, it mostly respects the higher time frames. You get it? It mostly respects the higher time frame rejectional levels. So you need to pay attention to the various levels. You get it? You need to pay attention to the various levels. So when you move to the monthly time frame, I have to first of all identify the various reactional levels. So we're having one resistance over here. Okay, we're having one resistance over here. So if you are confused on how I draw these levels, then I think you need to join the 30 days, the 20 days bootcamp that is ongoing. So yesterday we started the 20 days bootcamp, and everything that I've been doing here is going to be explained to them. Okay, all my thought process, what I look for, the things that I consider, everything is going to be explained over there. So if you want to understand my thought process on how I identify the various levels, then I think it's time for you to what, join the boot camp. Okay, don't invest in something that you don't understand. That's most mistakes a lot of people do at times. So yesterday I was talking to this lady and he was saying he has even invested in something. She didn't even read the terms and condition, and you just invest as people. Please, when it comes to money, be patient with how to search money. Being like trying to be greedy to search for money is not going to end you anywhere. Be patient, acquire a lot of knowledge before you invest in something. Searching for money, you being like as in aggressive, is not what is going to bring you money. Those who are patient are the ones who gets money. Those who are like the mindset of get rich quick scheme, get rich quick. How can you invest in something that you didn't even read the contract? You have been scammed. That's why a lot of people get scammed, because you don't invest in yourself. You don't make sure you understand whatever you are doing. Then you start investing in it because you want money. One thing you need to understand is what, if it is easy, everyone will be doing it. That's my motto. So anytime someone will introduce an investment opportunity to me, I ask myself, how quick am I going to get return? If it is very quick, I'm going to what, stay out, because it doesn't have longevity. And with my mindset, every day, anything that I'm doing, I want to do something that has longevity, not a short term something. Okay, longevity is what is going to bring you success. So stop making that mistake of like you want things quick, 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 quick. If it is quick, everyone will be doing it. No one will be waking up early, taking a bus to the job place, like walking in this cold weather trying to go to work. If it is easy, everyone will be doing it. So please, anything that you invest in, make sure you have acquired a lot of information. Make sure you have equipped yourself with a lot of information and knowledge before you try to even put your money in. Okay, so this lady was saying, she was telling me she has invested in something. She didn't even read the terms and conditions. She just deposited money trying to expect returns, because because of the returns she was it was preached to her. She got moved by the returns, and she started investing in that, and now she's not getting her money back. She has lost the money. So please invest in yourself. When it comes to the financial market, it is not get rich quick scheme. When it comes to the cryptocurrency market, it's not get rich quick scheme. When it comes to the stock market, it's not get rich quick scheme. But if you have knowledge, after getting the acquisition of knowledge, things become very easy, because you are going to be printing money at a very short space. You are going to be printing money, okay, because you have educated yourself and you've seen the pros and cons about the thing. So please make sure you've equipped yourself with knowledge on anything that you are going to do when it comes to the financial market. Okay, either investment or trading. If you are going to trade the cryptocurrency market, make sure you have knowledge when it comes to the fundamental aspect and the technical aspect. Make sure you have knowledge about it. And risk management too is very, very important. A lot of people just going like go all out, as in they just risk everything. They think like this is just a risky business. And when it comes to risks, you need to understand how to manage risks. So managing risks too is also a skill that you need to learn when it comes to the financial market. You need to understand how to manage risks. Other than that, you can't play the game long term. Okay, some people lose one or two trades and they are wiped, their account is gone, because they don't have the skill of managing risks. Risk management is a skill when it comes to investing and trading. Okay, because this one, when it comes to the financial market, it is a game of chance, it is a probability game. Okay, it's a probability game. So you need to understand how to manage risks for you to play the game long term, because longevity is what is going to give you success when it comes to what, playing or trading or investing in the cryptocurrency market or the stock market. Can it so I know a lot of you guys know Warren Buffett. So go and read about Warren Buffett and ask him whether he has not lost money before. He's an investor. Ask him whether he has not lost money before. Go and read about Warren Buffett and ask him whether he has not lost money. But he's a billionaire. He has lost a lot of money before becoming a billionaire, and up to now he still lose. Okay, Warren Buffett still lose. So if you think financial market is all about win-win-wins, then you are getting things wrong. Please equip yourself with a lot of knowledge and you are going to be successful at the end. Okay, so risk management, your edge, and what? The mindset. This is the three most important thing when it comes to what? The financial market. Okay, so this is USDCHF. So you're having this rejectional levels. You get I'm looking for when it comes to the monthly time frame. So if you want to understand this, kindly join the bootcamp. Contact me, join the bootcamp, and everything will be clear to you. Okay, so when you move to the weekly time frame, I normally look at the trend at the weekly time frame. Okay, I normally look at the trend at the weekly time frame. So the weekly time frame, we're having this support over here. We're having this resistance to over here. I look for ranges. Okay, I look for ranges. So the best way to be profitable in the market is what? Trading within ranges. So I normally look for ranges. I identify the various rejectional levels, look for ranges, and I trade within that range. Okay, so at the monthly time frame, so normally I pay attention to the higher time frame ranges. Okay, higher time frame rejectional levels. So these are the monthly time frame rejectional levels. These are the month weekly levels. So after identifying the trend, so what is the trend telling me at the higher time frame? So the higher time frame, you get it. The higher time frame is telling me that the trend is an uptrend currently. Okay, it's currently. So you need to understand how to read candles too. So yesterday or last when we started the week, I told you guys that on USDCHF, so you took a sell on USDCHF, I think on Tuesday or so. So I even told you guys that the candle, so this is how the candle was moving on Monday or so. The candle was moving like this. So the candle was moving like this, and I told you that since the candle opened with what? Bottom, what I was saying is what? I'm expecting a pullback. You get it? I was expecting a pullback. And exactly it's at pulled back. Price has pulled back over here. You can see it clearly over here that price has what? Pulled back. You get it? It has pulled. So this was also it was also last time, okay, because I was expecting the weekly time frame, and it was the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, which started with no wick. So anytime that price opens with no wick, normally what happens is what it needs to create the wick. So the wick is going to be a range when you move to the lower time frame. So it's going to be something like this. Okay, it's going to be something like, so this is what happened. Now price has broken the previous candle low. So now you can see if you look left, we're having this clean ranges over here. You can see the ranges that we are having over here. You get it? You can see the ranges that you're having over here. So I'm expecting price to what? Get inside. So this is going to be a pullback. This is going to be a correction at the weekly time frame. So this is a correction at the weekly time frame. So I'm expecting price to what? Retrace on this level before it will continue up. You get it? Before it over here, that price needs to fail. If you look at this side, from this side, you see we don't have a lot of rejectional levels. So what I'm expecting is what? Price to come to fill this range before price will take off. You get it? This is an important thing that you need to focus at the weekly time frame. So trying to identify our various confluence. You are trying to determine the sectional bias. So the sectional bias, the weekly time frame is what? The weekly time frame is, so the weekly time frame uptrend. Yes, it's currently an uptrend. So the trend is an uptrend. So this is the reason. The reason is what we had higher high, price moved high. Okay, so this is the point. The market was trending down. You get it. You had lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. Price consolidated for some time before it broke, stand up over here before price took off, minor pullback. Okay, so as I said, if you want to understand how to read the market, you can join the current ongoing bootcamp that is going on currently. Okay, you get a clear understanding about how to read the market as well. Okay, so if you want to register, you can contact me on WhatsApp and I'll add you up. Okay, so the weekly time frame is an uptrend. Moving to the daily time frame. So the currently, so let's identify the daily trend and see what's happening. Conclusion to decide whether to buy or sell. So the daily time frame. So the daily time frame, the trend is what? So let's try and read the trend. So it was initially an uptrend, higher low, higher high. Price tends what? A down. The market is currently what? A downtrend. So the moment this one got broken, okay, the moment this one got broken, price moved up. It broke this one. It tends what? A downtrend. So the trend currently is a downtrend at the what? At the daily time frame. Okay, at the daily time frame, the trend is what? The trend is a downtrend as well. The various ranges that anytime price will get there, we are going to be seeing reaction. So we're having support over here. There was a support over here. We having another. Sorry, yeah, we have a support over here at the daily time frame. We have a resistance. So the reason why this one is a support is because anytime price is beyond, anytime that price is above, anytime price or the candles are above a zone or a level, it is called support. Anytime price is what? Below a zone or a level, it is called what? Resistance. So this one is support, and this one price, the candles or price is. So when you look at this one, if you are trading on the daily time frame, you can see it over here that we are having a clear zone over here, that price, the chances that price is going to fill in over here, even though on the weekly time frame we identified, or we got to know that what we're having, the zone that price is going to fill is what going to get to this side. But on the daily time frame, this is where price is going to get to on the daily time frame. So let's move to the H4 time frame and see. So we are trying to what? We are trying to bring everything together to make a conclusion on the sectional bias, or either to going to buy or sell. So let's look at the daily time frame. So let's move to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, let's see the trend. So the trend was a downtrend at the daily time frame. You get it? The trend is a downtrend. Price go to this side. Price go to this side. level. So anytime price is going to get to this side, we are going to have rejection, as we indicated, or as we plotted it out at the daily time frame and the weekly time frame. So the same thing is going to happen when we move to the H4 time frame. You need to, so mostly I consider the higher time frame rejection level, because mostly it takes a long time for it to happen. Okay, especially if you take something like H4 time frame. When it comes to the candle, every 4 hour a candle is formed and a candle is open. Every 4 hour a candle is formed and a candle is open. So it takes a very long time for it takes a very long time for you to get the various equilibrium points. So the various rejectional levels at the equilibrium point where buyers and sellers meet are called equilibrium points. Okay, so it takes a very long time for price to get to such levels. It takes a very long time for price or for the market to create those rejectional levels. Okay, so it's always important, unlike the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame doesn't take long. 15-minute time frame, every 15 minutes a candle opens and a candle closes. So it doesn't take a very long time for this level to be created. But when it comes to the higher time frame, it takes a very long time. So it's always important to pay attention to them. You get it? So identify those levels at the higher time frame, execute on the lower time frame. Sometimes the high time frame can give you an opportunity to to take advantage of it. But most importantly, the higher time, I don't underrate, or I don't underestimate the higher time frame levels. It's very, very important you pay attention to them, because you can see over here, anytime price go to these levels, we had a return price. You need to pay attention. So it's only a few times that you are going to see a breakout where price is not going to take an action. So the action can be a breakout or a retest. But mostly when it gets to the high time frame, you are going to get a rejection. So the rejection is going to be pullback or a retest. You get it? So moving down, we're having these levels that you need to identify. These are the various levels you need to take advantage of. So currently, price is the H4 time frame. The H4 time frame too is what? So the H4 time frame is a downtrend. According to the trend, how to read the market, the higher time frames are what? So now, when it comes to my decision making, okay, I've categorized my bias, how to identify bias in two ways. So I've categorized it in I've categorized this as in have A plus setup and B setup. A plus setup is when the trend, the daily time frame and the H4 time frame trend is in the same direction. And my B setup, okay, is when only the H4 time frame, I'm focusing on only the H4 time frame. When the daily and when the daily time frame and the H4 time frame are inconsistent with each other, or when the daily or the H4 time frame are not in sync with each other, that is when maybe I've classified it as a B setup. Okay, so you need to understand your various setups and apportion your risks accordingly. So when it comes to B setup, I'm not going to when it comes to B setup, I'm not going to go in with all my 4 risks. You get it? Maybe I'm going to go in half risks. But when it comes to the A setup, if my daily risk parameter is 1%, I'm going to risk 1% on the trade. But when it comes to the B setups, maybe I'm going to risk like maybe 0.5%, okay, maybe 0.5. If I'm risking my 4 risks is maybe 1%. When it comes to my B setup, I'm risking like 0.5, okay, because as in my rating, if my A setup is 100%, my B setup is going to be like maybe 80% on. So I don't have to go in with all my 4 risks. Okay. So when it comes to this market structure, the daily time frame and the H4 always going to prioritize or cherish risk management. Over what the movement of price. This is just human. So you just sticking to your bias and what you manage it's going to take a very long time for price to what hit your stop loss. You get it? A very long time for price to hit your stop loss. So this is the point This is the rejectional level. I would love to take a sell. So I would love to take a sell when price gets to this level. You get it? When price gets to this level, I would love to take a sell. But currently, we don't have an opportunity right here. Or maybe the point I would love to take a sell is what? When price move to this level, break out from this level. That's when I would love to take a sell. So when price breaks below this one, when price breaks below this one, then I would take a But currently, we don't have an You get, if you come to the market and you are confused on the decision to take, you don't have any plan. Okay, you can't just stay out from the market and say today there was no trade for me. The moment you say there was no trade for you, that means you're having a trading plan. But the moment you come to the market and you don't know your left, you don't know what to do, what not to do, that means you don't have a plan. Okay, so since I'm saying there was no trade for me because I'm having a plan, and until the market aligns with what normally I look for, I'm not going to be executing. These are the things that you need to be doing in the market. You get it? No matter your wins or your losses, stick to your plan. Okay, refine your system and find out what you are doing wrong. So there was no trade for me on this trade. You get it? So unless price breaks below this one before I will go in for a sell, or either price come to this side. Okay, so these are the things that I'm looking for. These are the things that I'm looking for in order to take a sell. You get it? In order to take a sell. So let's move to GBP USD. So we are done with USD CHF. So let's move to GBP USD and see what's happening. So on GBP USD, these are the things I'm going to be looking for. Let's first of all I have to identify my directional buyer. So if you can see the structure over here, this structure looks like BTC USD structure. Okay, so if you look at the structure over here, you can see it clearly that it aligns or it looks similar to what BTC, the Bitcoin USD is doing. Yeah, so if you look at the daily time frame, I think the way it is behaving looks similar to, yeah, the way it is behaving looks similar to what GBP USD is also doing. So on GBP USD, this is what I'm expecting it to happen. On GBP USD, this is what I'm expecting it to happen. So on the monthly time frame, we need to identify our various rejectional levels. So these are the various rejectional levels. So when it comes to trading, I always say the moment you find out what is working for you, trading becomes second nature. It becomes secondary. You get it? Like it becomes, because you are going to be doing the same thing every day. So what you need to strive for is to try to get what you need to strive to get a system or an edge. If you get an edge, the rest is secondary. You don't struggle again. You just come into the market, there's no trade, you just forget about it and you just move on to what you are expected to do for the day. So that's all. You don't, the only thing that is, so no matter the number of years you will trade, the only thing that is going to change is what the only thing that is going to change is your risk management. That's in the amount you are risking on the trade. That is the only thing that is increasing. The money that you are going to earn is what is going to increase. By the rest is all secondary. It's going to be the same thing. Every day is going to be the same thing, the same analysis, the same analysis. So at the beginning stage, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a system, try as much as possible to get a system. If you get a system, everything becomes secondary. You get it? Everything becomes secondary. So we're having a monthly support tool over here. So moving to the weekly time frame. So the monthly trend is a downtrend, but normally I don't factor those time frame because it takes a long time. As I said, unless you're an investor, before you be looking for those higher time frame, but considering those higher time frame levels. Okay, before you be considering the higher time frame levels. So when you look at the weekly time frame, we're having this rejectional level. We're having this trend over here. So the trend at the weekly time frame is what? A downtrend. You get it? So where did price even change to a downtrend? So we had high, low, higher. So the moment price a downtrend. So the trend was what? A downtrend at this point. The trend was a new price made it. So this is the to what? A downtrend. You get it? So the trend became a in the moment this one candle broke below this one. So we are going to be having a rejectional level 2 at this point. There's a rejectional level 2 at that point. You get it? There's a rejectional level 2 at that point. And we're having another rejectional level 2. We're having another rejectional level 2 at this point. So let's move to the daily time frame. So that now the weekly time frame, what's the trend for the weekly time frame? As we indicated, the weekly time frame trend, the weekly time frame trend. So the weekly time frame trend is what? A downtrend. The weekly time frame trend is what? A downtrend. So let's look at the daily time frame. Rejected at this golden zone. So this is a strong area that the chances that price will get rejected over here, the chances that when price gets to this side, it is going to get rejected is very, very high. It's very, very high at the weekly time frame. So let's move to the daily time frame. Let's move to the daily time frame and see. So what's the daily time frame trend? So the daily time frame trend too is what? An uptrend. So sometimes when you have the experience, you don't have to just suffer before you get. So the moment I watch the charts, so that's why mostly I say I can use like just 1 minute to do my top-down analysis to identify when I'm going to buy, when it's going to sell. Just within it's not even get 1 minute. I will just analyze everything. You get it because of experience. So you need to be consistent. That's the most important thing. So the daily time frame is also looking good for a sell. The daily time frame is an uptrend. Price made what? Lower low, lower high, lower low. The moment price broke out this one, rate on this one, the moment trend at the daily time frame. You get it? So let's identify the daily trend is what? The daily trend is an uptrend. Trend was doing more of lower lows, lower high, lower low. The moment price broke out, made a retest Okay, so this is the point the trend. You get it, and you can see. Let's try to, according to candlestick anatomy or according to candlestick analysis, we can see it over here that price has broken through this one. You get it, price has broken. The candle has broken through this one. Okay, moving to the H4 time frame. So on the daily time frame, I would love to take a buy. I would love to take a buy when price maybe breaks above this one. I would love to is going to fill this range is very high. Okay, the chances that price is going to, so the same pattern has happened before. If you look back, you can see that the same pattern. So the same pattern happens over here. It's the same thing that is repeating. Price has broken through the zone. We're expecting the zone, this one, to get filled at this point. You get it. You're expecting this one to get filled. You're expecting it to get filled. So moving to the H4 time frame. Moving to the H4 time frame. So I was expecting price to continue, but you see, most of the time when we have news events, markets will slow down. Okay, markets will slow down. So this one looks very clean, but before that, since the bearish candle has broken below the zone, we need, you get it, because the candle has broken through the zone, and this level, what is a higher time frame level, the weekly and the monthly time frame level. So it's always important to pay attention to them. So before you take a buy, the best advice or the best way to go by is to wait for what, the candle to break above. Okay, wait for the candle to break above. If the candle breaks above, I think it will be a nice idea to go in for. It will be a nice idea to go in for a buy. So the risk to reward on this trade is going to be very huge. You get, because the zone is very, very big. So the risk to reward is going to be very, very huge on this trade. The risk to reward is going to be very huge on this trade. So I'll be expecting price to continue. You get it? I'll be expecting price to continue to the next rejectional level. I'll be expecting price to continue to the next rejectional level, or prices that this level is going to be rejected is very high. So now you have to wait for price to settle down. That's the mistake most people do. This is what higher time frame level. Okay, and even the H4 time frame, price moved up, retrace, moved up. Now the candle has broken below the lows. Okay, the candle has candle to break. Let's wait for the candle to close. If the candle close, then we can be taking a buy. Okay, so the H4 candle is going to close around 10 a.m. So that is when I will love to make a decision. So when the candle breaks above, then weekly time frame rejectional level. This is weekly time frame resistance. So the chances that price will get rejected by this resistance is very high. You get it? The chances that, because if you, so it was only this candle that broke. So I was expecting, since there's no candle that has broke. So if you look over here, you can see that as this candle was trying to break, it got rejected. You get it? Got rejected. that can happen to as well. So the trend will continue. So I'm expecting a buy. But before that, you need to wait for the candle to break above. I saw a buy over here, but the moment I noticed it, then the time was fast spent. So I wasn't watching the charts by then, so I couldn't capitalize on this one. So there was expecting this week to get filled. Price moved to the level, then what? It got rejected. So it was a nice opportunity. So it was the same trade analysis over here that happens over here too as well. You get it. So it was a nice trade that you could have even taken a buy, but because the timing was very bad, I didn't look at it earlier. I didn't see it earlier, so I missed the trade. You get it. So you need to. The most important thing in trading is what, mastering your pattern, making sure you know the patterns that has been happening. That is when you are not going to get afraid when it comes to execution. Yeah, price broke out over here, got rejected by this level. So it's the same thing that happened to as well over here. So price repeats itself, but one thing you need to understand is what, since the patterns are the same, the outcomes are not going to be the same every day. So sometimes some of the part of what, market condition, you get it, because of market condition. So one important thing you need to understand when it comes to trading. So I'm waiting for price for the candle to break above this one. If it breaks above this one, then we can capitalize on it. Okay. So Euro card. So Euro card is currently, so moving to the monthly time frame on Euro card. So I think I have to, so let me get rid of Euro card, and I think I have to analyze the height. What do you call it? The major pairs. So let me check out USD card. Yeah, so looking at, so you let me finish with gold. Let's analyze gold and see. So I think gold will be the last. So since many people trade gold, so looking at the monthly time frame on gold, the monthly time frame, you're having this resistance over here. You get it. You're having this resistance over here on gold. You're having this resistance. Looking at the weekly time frame, you're having this rejectional level 2 as well. Okay. So at the high time frame rejectional levels are very important. You need to take it into consideration. Okay. The high time frame rejectional level. So you can see price was trending up. Price was trending up. Made the rate test, price put back over here. So as price put back, right? So if you look at the weekly time frame, supposing, or maybe if you are taking a trade on the weekly time frame, I can see you are having a clean range over here. But you see, mostly we don't see accounts can withstand the stop loss alone. Okay. So the weekly time frames, the weekly time frame is what? A downtrend. Moving to the lower time frames, the lower time frame, what's the trend? So currently it is not clear. So if you are starting out and the trend is not clear, one thing you need to understand is what, just stay out from the market. You get it? Just stay. So the daily time frame trend is not all that clear, even though price has broken out. Stay the daily time. It looks like we are having equal highs and equal lows over here. At the daily time frame. So let's the H4 time frame. So the H4 trend too looks like, if you zoom in, you can see the H4 trend is what, an uptrend. So I will say this all this point is what, a consolidation level. So I will not love to take a trade within this consolidation level. Okay, but I think if you move to the lower time frame, I think it's going to be a bigger range. If you move to the lower time frames, yeah. So I would say you need to avoid this range. Okay, because looking at from this side, this is not a range. I think it's a range that worth taking a trade in. Yeah. So the best advice I will be telling you people to be doing is what, if you are trading gold, I think this, we are having a lot of consolidations over here. A lot of consolidation. So this is not a trading zone for me. So I think the trading zone is going to be around this level. Okay, because this one, the range is kind of cool. So I think the trading zone price to, they need to wait for a shift in trend or a shift in structure. So it's better you wait for a shift in structure. Okay, wait for a shift in structure, a buy. I think that would be the best way to go. You get it? No trade zone. Okay, no trade zone. This is no trade zone. This is a danger zone. So within this zone, I think it's not advisable to be taking trade within, because the ranges are not that big. Okay, the ranges are not that big. So it's better you take trade within this zone. So if you move to the lower time frames, so you are going to see the clarity the zones over here. So I think that is what you need to be looking for on gold. You get it? So if you are starting out, I think the best way to trade, like best currencies to trade, is the major ones. Okay, because when you trade the crossing and the exotic pairs, mostly the spread is very high on them. Okay, you see, I just get rid of the euro card because the spread alone would take you off from the market. So even if you are taking trades on the exotic pairs, okay, if you are taking trades on the exotic pairs, then the best way to go is what, increase your risks. Okay, increase your risks by what, I think the stop loss level too, you need to increase the risks on that. How the market is behaving these days, a lot of consolidations, a lot of consolidation these days. The market is really consolidating. You get it? The market is consolidating these days. So this to trade the major ones. The major ones are, I think, it is the best to be trading them because the spread on them are very low as compared to the crossing. The spread on the crossing is very high. The spread on the crossing is very high. So it's always important to be taking trades on the major ones. So if you have a question, you can drop it in the chat box and I'll get your questions answered. If you have any question, please drop it in the chat box. Okay, so let's look at, so this is the last pair I'm going to, because most people trade GBP JPY. So let me analyze GBP JPY. So this is going to be the last pair. So this is going to be the last pair I'm going to analyze on GBP JPY. So looking at the monthly time frame, on the monthly time frame, we're having this support over here. Okay, this is the monthly support. We're having this rejectional levels. Okay, these are the various rejectional levels. So moving to the weekly time frame. So the weekly trend is what? A downtrend. You get it? So we're having this support over here. This resistance over here. So looking at the daily time frame, what is the trend for the day? The daily time frame is still a downtrend. You get it? The daily time frame is still a downtrend. We're having a support tool over here. Okay, so these are the various rejectional levels. So this zone is very strong. The chances that price is going to get rejected on the zone is very high. So looking at the H4 time frame, so the reason why I'm saying the daily time frame is a down, so we're having a shitty, like the price action currently is very, like, it's not something. So you need to understand market condition. Okay, the market condition this week is very bad. It's very bad. Price is not moving as smooth as it's used to be happening. So if you're having a trading plan, if you're having an edge and you are losing, it is not. Sometimes if you look at, maybe you need to, if you are losing, so if you are taking a trade and you are losing, this is how you are going to determine whether you are doing the right thing or the wrong thing. First of all, you need to ask yourself, did you trade during a news event? Did you trade during a news time? Fine. If you didn't trade during a news time, that means what? You did the right thing. And you need to ask yourself, were you trading against the trend or what? With the trend? Okay, because all these things can be a factor of you losing a trade. Did you trade according to the trend or against the trend? So if you traded with a trend, that means what? Take yourself on the higher time frame, okay, not the lower time frame. Ask yourself, was the higher time frame trend in your favor? So if you check, oh, maybe you traded when the trend was in your favor. Okay, were you trading on a strong area of interest? So if you check these things and still the trade went against you, need to understand it is market condition. So I've given you a tip a tip on how you are going to be determined whether the trend was against you, whether you did the right thing or you did the wrong thing. I've given you a free tip on how you'll be able to identify them. So first question you need to ask yourself is, when you were trading, were you having a high impact news during that time? These are the questions you need to ask. A no high impact news, that means what? You did the right. If there was a high impact news, maybe 30 minutes or 15 minutes, that means you are the cause. You are the reason why you lost the trade. And you need to ask yourself, was the trend in your favor or was the trend against you? You get it? If the trend was in your favor, that means what? You did the right thing. And ask yourself this question too: were you trading on a higher time frame level, okay, or you traded in the middle of the range? If you traded on a higher time frame level, then you need to conclude that what it was just a market condition. So let me tell you the tip again. So the tip that I'm going to give it to you is what? First of all, if you lose a trade, this is how you are going to track your trade. If you lose a trade, first of all, ask yourself, were you, when you were taking the trade, were you having a news event during that time? Okay, so maybe you check your Forex factory and there was an NFP week, or there was a high impact news. That means you need to check it well that, oh, maybe when you were trading there was a news event, so that is the reason why you lost the trade. Okay, fine. And after identifying that thing, you need to ask yourself, were you trading against the higher time frame trend, especially the H4 time frame? Were you trading against the higher time frame trend? You need to ask yourself, if you were trading against the higher time frame trend, if the H4 time frame was an uptrend and you were also what, taking a sell, that means that was the reason why you lost the trade. And ask yourself again, was the level that you place your stop loss, was it strong? Okay, so ask yourself these three questions. If everything aligns, you did the right thing, then it is just the market condition. Just a pro tip that I've given it to you for free. So these three ticks, check it. Were you trading when there was high impact news? Were you trading against the H4 trend? Were you trading in the middle of a range? These three questions, and I think your trading is going to change to the next level. Okay, so sometimes it can be a market condition. You can check, all your checklist will be tick, and yes, so the trade will go against you. It is part of trading. The most important thing is what? Managing risk, so that you can play the game long term. That is the most important thing. So the daily time frame is a downtrend. Price is currently on what? A clean zone. So H4 time frame, see price action this week is kind of this is a lot of range. This just is in a range. So the best place I will advise you to be taking trade is maybe in this range. If price gets to this side, you can be what? Look for the break below this one, and you go in for what? A sell. I think that would be the best way to go by. You get what I have for. But I think after the lending session, I'm just going to call it a week, because we're having an NFP, and at the same time, quarter four, the year is ending. So price action, this to be experiencing a lot of losses. So I'm also in a losing streak. Of this week like this, I took multiple losses. Not because some of the trades wasn't like I did everything right, but the market is not just respecting price. You get it? So it's just market condition. So someone is saying, so say, when you are done with the analysis, on what time frame do you execute the trade? So when it comes to trade execution, it depends. So sometimes I can get my execution on the higher time frame. Sometimes too, I can be executing on what? The lower time frame. So it depends on the market condition. it depends on the market condition. So I don't have a specific time frame. So if the H4 time frame gives me an opportunity, I execute on that. Sometimes the daily time frame can even give me a setup and entry. I'll be executing on the same time frame. So it depends on the market condition. So that's what you need to understand. It depends on the market condition. Is anyone having a question? If there's no question, I think I have to call it because price this week is very, very terrible. You are supposed to do, you are going to lose a lot alliance before you execute a trade. Any question? Any question? Okay, I'm giving you a few minutes for you to ask your questions. Any questions? Okay, so if there's no question, I'm going to call it a day. Okay, I'm going to call it a day because this week price action has been very, very bad, very terrible price action. Okay, so see you guys on Monday. So we are ending to the end of the year is about to end, and you need to be very careful when you are trading. Okay, if you are not careful, you are going to lose a lot of money. So if you are entering trading these times, I think you just came in at the wrong time because price action is very, it's not that clear. So any question? Any question so far? Okay. So if you guys don't, so I'm talking about the boot camp too. So those who are willing to join the boot camp, so this my, you can chat me on this number. So this is my only number. Okay, if any number chats you, so you can chat me so that you'll be added to the boot camp. Okay, you'll be added to the boot camp. All right. So if there's no question, see you same time on Monday. Happy weekend to you all. Bye bye.